Hello, Chris here from My Stamp Lady, and I'm so excited to show you some of the fun things that are available in the brand new Stampin' Up! Spring Catalog that starts today, January 3rd, 2013. There is a lot of my favorite products in there, and one of them in here is this paper tape, these flowers, and they're self-adhesive, and I have to kind of show you that, and I'm going to show you some techniques here with stamping these flowers as boldly as I did. So the first thing I'm going to do though is get my tape colored. I decided I wanted my tape not to be white, but to have a little bit of color. I didn't want it quite so bold and white. So what I did is I took my tape and I cut off how many I needed. It's self-adhesive, so it's on this plastic piece. Well, I discovered very quickly that this tape is shiny, has a non-porous surface, and so my ink would not dry on this tape, because as long as I left it and I touched it, it would put the color on my fingers. So what I did is I took and sponged it first like that, and then I took some hairspray and gave it a little just spray of hairspray. Now that does make the color bead up a little bit as the liquid, as it hit it, but it will dry it and at least keep the color on there. So I'm going to set that aside to dry while we continue. So this stamp set is called Oh Hello, probably my favorite so far, although we have a long way to go through May, and I usually find each product that I buy that I do love. Okay, so I use the T for 2 paper with this and the Oh Hello set. So I'm going to start out, this is the T for 2, and I'm just going to mount that on a Cameo Coral piece of cardstock for a mat. There we go. And then I can just take in my crumb cake, and let's mount that on the crumb cake. And there we go. Now this one I did ahead of time. This was the, I'm sorry, I'm calling it Cameo Coral. It's Calypso Coral. Reverting back to an older color. Sorry about that. The Calypso Coral. And we'll just place that across. And I will have to trim it down a little bit. And I'm going to wait for my Lucky Limeade one to dry. So we'll just place those little flower tape down. There we go. So I trim those to match the edges of my cardstock. So the next piece is my focal piece. And I took a piece of crumb cake cardstock, and this cardstock is 2 1/4 inches by 3.5 inches. Let's pull in my early espresso, and this is the Thanks So Much. And we'll go down right there and just right at the bottom. Now for my flower, you could do this technique with the markers. What I found though is with the markers, you don't get quite as bold of an image. So what I did is I carefully took my Calypso Coral pad and did the flower. Some images this doesn't work quite so well with, but this one it happens to work pretty well. And then I met up with the ink pad. I just liked the look I got better using the ink pads versus the markers. And so then we'll just put one there and then repeat. And you can still give it the little huff if you want, because it does take a bit longer to ink it up this way. It might start drying a bit. And then catch the top. Like I said, this image, it works really well to do that. And then put on my second one. Let's go in and punch the center top piece of the Calypso Coral ribbon here. Tie a bow at the top. Get some, put a dimensional on the back here. Put this back in. Just going to put this at a little angle, and then my last little bit is to add my butterfly. And new in the spring catalog is this small butterfly. This larger butterfly, the elegant butterfly, has been available for a while, but I love that they now have the smaller butterfly because I can take a piece of the Tea for Two paper, cut out the little calypso coral piece, and they stack or layer so nicely. I have already used this so many times. I said I can tell this is going to be one of my favorites. Again, like I said, with the favorites, as I work with them, I keep finding more and more favorites. Took a little snip of the dimensional just so I can fit it along the back there. Use up those edges. Give it a little bit of a little fold to give it some dimension. There we go. We'll place that right there. And my last little step, let's grab a few of these rhinestone brads. I like to use my hobby blade to grab those. There you go. And look at that. You have a beautiful thank you card using many of the new spring products. So if you have any questions about what I did here, be sure to contact me, Chris, at mystamplady.com. All of these products are available in my online store, www.mystamplady.com. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.